Hi guys, it's Ona. Today is Saturday, November 27th, and I decided to turn the camera around. Okay, I wanted to document some of the stuff I do and maybe explain it a little bit because I just sort of post pictures of some of the art and I never really talk about it. So this is what I'm been doing right now, okay? You know that I repurpose upholstery leather. Okay, it's usually sizes sheets like this. This is what I usually start with, and they are discontinued salesman samples, and I turn them into things. And some of the things I make, I keep the scraps and I amass this bag of scraps, and every once in a while I dump it out and I figure out what I'm going to do with it because I really don't like to waste any of it. That would have been garbage. Okay, so I repurpose it, and it's an art form. I'll tell you what, it's turned into quite a thing lately. So I've got this bag of scraps, right? I'm rearranging all kinds of stuff upstairs. I put it all in a thing. Over the full moon lunar eclipse, I made this mandala. I cut out symmetrical pieces from the scraps and I made this mandala and I sewed it on. And I really enjoyed that meditation very much. And you can tell. You can tell, right? And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to do another one. I'm going to do another one. And then I got the platform ready. And I'm like, you know what? I just didn't have it. Maybe on the new moon, I'll keep it ready. And just little by little, I'm like, you know what? Let me put some of these flowers together. And I don't write anything down. I don't follow a pattern. I use some templates and I use some rulers for circles and arcs, things like that. So I have to keep making it with my hands until I figure out how to do it perfectly, or I just don't have to write it down. I don't know where that comes from. So I started making all these rosettes. Okay, even in astrology class, I was on a roll. Like I couldn't stop making them. And some of them are different and longer and taller and different colors and things like that. So I'm amassing these, and then I'm using the scraps to make petals. And I thought, okay, little at a time. And I start layering them, and I put a pin on the back, okay? And I wore it like that. My daughter was like, oh my God, that's the most garish thing I've ever seen. I have to have one for my shoes. I said, okay. I totally support your circus thing you're going through right now, kitten. And I gave her one, and I thought, that's kind of cool. I'm not sure how I can take that compliment. But they started to just sort of get bigger and bigger, and you can't really wear it anymore. So they became little mandalas that you can use as ornaments, ornamandalas. Okay, I showed a picture on the community page yesterday. But here they are, kind of close up, and you can hang them on your on your tree or whatever. That's the best part, okay? When I can just stamp that sticker on there. I haven't done all of them yet. This one's kind of hard to see. So this is what I've kind of been up to. And I would point the camera and start working, but I work standing up all the time. I'm never sitting down. So the best I can do today is show you a little bit of, and I'm going to tell you, I cannot do the same thing twice. Okay, when I'm making all these little rosette things, I'm like, okay, I'm done. a couple of them, a few of them are the same color, but not too many. And that's why they're all called one of an Ona, not 100 of them, one of them. This is kind of cool, huh? And I totally pulled that card yesterday. I totally pulled White Eagle, Ancestor Spirit, who I call Red, my guide, and I'm like, I knew you were gonna show up at some point. All this I have to say is not, I don't follow anything. It's all channeled information. It really is. And I think I have a little bit of a problem with like mass-produced stuff. That's how I got squeezed out of Etsy and Amazon shopping, or whatever, that kind of thing. By the time you have a secure site to sell some of your product, you're paying a lot of money just to have a secure site, and you're also competing with other people that can mass produce some of these things. And I don't mass produce anything. It's all cut by hand. I don't have a Cricut machine. I have a blade. I have scissors. I have these. Okay, I gotta say, if I'm gonna cheat, these are my cheater scissors. They're electric scissors. None of it's done on a grand scale. So it's all artisan work, and I am going to try and move it. I don't know how. If you got any suggestions, let me know. So I started doing this one this morning. I just have to put a back on it. I do follow this. This is a template of suede, and I'll make another one. I'll finish one today. But this center section, I'm going to show you how I did this, and you're going to be like, oh my God, I learned that in Girl Scouts. And who knew? Okay. So you start with just a strip of leather. As long as you want it, the longer it is, the bigger the rosette. Okay. This one just is, look how tiny, how much fun that is right there. This one's probably maybe like 7 inches long. You fold it in half like that. Just fold it in half, real simple, okay? And you slice slits in it like that. You see how that is? There's a pastry that looks like that, okay? And then you start to roll it. That's all. That's all it is. You start to roll it. I started to roll it and then stapled it after a couple of rolls. And I'll do that again. And I'll show you the stapler I use. And the tools, a lot of the tools that I use are very heavy duty. They're industrial. So you should be wearing all your safety stuff. Gotta tell you, if I had to do all that kind of thing, I wouldn't get half of the things done that I get done. I don't. I take the risk. I put it close to my heart. I hope for the best. Okay? So when I'm done rolling it, I get the stapler in there, like I said. Move it close to me. Get those big guns to work, and you got your thing done, okay? And then I will weave like a shoelace through it. I pull it through. There's a lot. You see how I pull it through? I weave a shoelace through there, yank it through. You would be totally bored if I had to slap one together in front of you. And it is like a channeling process for me. I'm constantly listening to music. I can't tell you how important it is to have music on sometime, all the time. Um, I can't watch the news or have anything that sort of distracts me. Even if, honestly, I was on the phone with a friend of mine the other night and I'm like, yeah, honey, no, sure. And I made a mistake, okay? And I had to pull out a bunch of staples. What you're listening to affects what is coming out of you. Okay, so always have good music on. I would be lost without these. Okay, so that's pretty much it. Usually I'm in front of a sewing machine. These don't require any sewing, so I thought you might have you might be interested in how to do that if you wanted to make a little rosette out of fabric or ribbon or something. That's a real easy way to do it and show you kind of my process a little bit. That's kind of it. That's kind of it. I'm not really pulling cards right now or doing anything like that. I'm putting the stickers on the Ornamandalas, and if you have suggestions on how I can move them, let me know. Some of them are going to go to friends, some of them are going to go to shops, and I have 3 shops in Chicago that sell my stuff. So we'll see. We'll see. I don't know how long this trend will go. It's eclipse season, so who knows what'll start up next week, right? Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you so much for joining me every morning on the daily message potty break predictions. If you're new, check it out. It's just a way of me sort of helping you figure out what the planets are asking us to do for them every single day, because everybody wants something from you. Okay, thank you, and we'll see you in the morning with giblets. Can you see him back there? Part of him. He's napping now. For Sunday messages with giblets. Since I know why you really tune in. Okay? Thank you. Love you guys. Be well.